Hello, guys. Today we're going to talk about what happens when you call a broker to book a load. What do brokers do? How do they work? So you'll have a better idea what to do, what to say when you pick up that phone. So let's say you call the broker for a load you saw on a load board. So as soon as you give him the MC number, this is what he goes to a website similar to this, and then he's going to type your MC number. So I have a couple numbers here, wrote them somewhere. Tell you how it works. So let's say you're gonna give him this MC. Those are random numbers. So right away he sees your company's name, the address. He sees right here you're not active, you're missing the carrier authority, and your your authority is not active. And here's all your inspections. So this is a no good. This guy doesn't even have an authority. Okay, so he's gonna hang up on you. Let's pick up another one. So let's do this one. 196. All right. So this one, Jill Transport. So these are just random MC. I'm sorry if you fall into these. Uh, so this guy here, he's been active. First thing they see is how long you've been active. Brokers do not want to give loads to somebody who just started, which is I think it's not fair because you get your authority, you're so excited to work, you have all that energy in the world. You call a broker and they shut you down. Why do they do that? Is because they think you don't have enough financial ability in case of a problem, breakdown, engine goes out, transmission. Those are like, 5 to 10, 15,000 dollar repairs, and they don't want you to go out of business in the middle of the loads. Plus, they not sure if the drivers actually um, has enough experience, so they do things like that. Just it's so sad. People get authorities and they're ready to work, but nobody gives them work. So you have to wait 3 months, 6 months. After 6 months, you'll be okay. So this is how they find out. So this guy is active. How long has he been in business? 11 years and 1 month. And how many trucks does he have? He knows everything. Look, 50 trucks. And these are all the safety issue. Every ticket this guy has. So this line here, those are moving violations. So basically like speeding, red stop, red light, uh, you know, swerving, stuff like that. These are logbook violations. So these guys apparently they have a lot of logbook violations. So they play with the hours. Um, and this is like service repairs. So you get an inspection, you have a light that is out, you have something, you're missing something, something is broken in the truck. So those are safe. This is bad. This line here is bad. This is alcohol. So if you have a driver under the influence, that's really bad. You don't want to see anything here. You don't want to give your loads. A broker is not going to give a load to somebody who drinks and drives. This is driver fitness. Mostly they call it driver fitness, but it's mostly like issues with your medical card. Mostly people, you know, forget to renew their medical cards, stuff like that. So now here you see their crashes. So these guys have they had a crash about between 2 years and last year. So they had three crashes. One resulted in an injury and tow away. So their trucks got towed. Okay. So, and here it tells you, I mean, for 50 trucks, they had like three accidents in the last 2 years. That's not too bad. Okay, I will give them my load, you know. So the other thing is here, they see freight guard reports. So other brokers, these guys was dealing with brokers before. So if they messed up something, they didn't show, they disappeared on the driver, they disappear on the broker. They just stop communicating. They all the issues that brokers hate. Double broker the load, or uh, simply like vanished on the from the radar. They can submit a freight car report for everybody to see. I have another example for a freight car report. So before I give you this load, I'm gonna read this freight guard report. Like, what did they do wrong? So most companies they do have some freight guard reports. You do not want if you have any issue, somebody puts a freight guard, call them, make sure it displays. Because if you have 3 or 4 within 1 year, nobody's gonna give you loads. You're done. Might as well just get a new MC and start all over again. Okay, so this is what it is. Let me see. I have another example here. Okay. Oh, that's nothing here. No company manages my search. I make a mistake. Yep, that's a mistake. Let me get a. I just put another random. Okay. So what we can see about this? So these guys looks they do have their authority for 1 year. Okay. Uh, freight guards, no freight guards, and they have one truck. Actually that's a good example. Okay. Okay. So this is a very good example. Okay. This is a company that you do definitely need to watch out for. Let me explain. So this guy has been driving for 1 year, right? You have a truck. How many power units? He's got one truck, right? Usually one truck is a big red flag right there. Because with one truck you can have an authority. Okay, you don't have to have a truck in business, you can have the authority with one truck. Now this guy's been 1 year in business, right? Look at here. He never had a single inspection. That means all of us that have been in trucking, you know that your trucks get inspected often. And this guy's been in business for 1 year. He never been stopped once for anything. One power unit. He owns it. And let me see. Usually report mileage here. So basically, he's never got a single inspection. Nobody ever talked to this guy. He's been roaming around the country, never got stopped. So if this guy calls a broker, nobody's going to give him a load. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like he needs to get an inspection to prove that actually that truck exists, because you can just get an authority and start collecting loads from brokers and selling them elsewhere. So that's a big red flag for a double broker. Okay. Um, I'm glad I actually find this one. Now, let's talk about insurance. So how do they see the insurance? It's right here. So the minimum required by law is 750,000. Okay. The experience we talked about it here. It's 1 year. You can see it. Uh, I explained how to spot a double broker. So double brokers usually have one truck and zero inspections. So that truck does not even exist. It's basically they're just paying insurance. There is a way you pay cheap insurance just to keep your authority active. Okay. Uh, I'm not saying he's actually one of them, but it could be different things. But I'm just saying this is a big, big red flag. Okay. The other thing most dispatchers do, because I was a broker for a while, and also I was a dispatcher, I was a truck driver, I was a safety man. What you guys do mostly is you try to lie to a broker. I would not do that. I would not lie to brokers. Have heard it all. Every crazy story you might have seen in your dreams, they probably heard it. So there's nothing that can surprise them. Drivers quit in the middle of the road, drivers do crazy stuff. I mean, I have some stories, but do not lie to your driver. Why? Driver is not trying to control you. Driver is under pressure from a customer. If a customer gives you $100,000 merchandise to transport, and the customer calls you and says, "Where is my load?" you should be able to have an answer for that. You cannot just tell him, "Hey, the carrier is not answering the phone. I'll get back to you soon. Driver's taking lunch." No, when a customer that gives you a lot of money, you know, asks for that information, that's basic information you should have handy at all times. So that brings us to another topic, which is don't let a broker babysit you. So what that means is the broker gives you a load, you start driving, keep the broker updated. Load picked up. No, load on the way. If you have trackers, send him a link. Let him track his own load. That way he looks good with his customer, and that customer is gonna love him and gives him more loads. If the broker starts babysitting you, he's calling, you're not answering, he's calling your driver, he tells him I'm at lunch, I'll call you back. What is your location? You don't give him an exact location. You know, communicate with your broker. He's not trying to control you. He's just trying to, please his customer too. So, and don't forget, that broker is going to be the one paying you. And sometimes they can deduct from that load if you're not cooperating with them. So, yeah, babysitting is it. And why you do that? Because in when I'm a broker and I have a carrier that gives me information before even I ask for it, the day I'm gonna have, maybe you have like a bad load today, but next time I have good loads or somebody or a good customer that I need, I will call you first. So you're gonna build a good relationship with that broker. And trucking business is all about relationships because you think the loads are actually in the load board, they're not. What you see is just it's just when a broker cannot cover the loads with their contacts, then they go to the load board because nobody want to know. If I'm a broker, I don't want to know. I don't want people to know who my customers are. So if I put a load board, I put a load in a load board, I'm exposing myself. I'm exposing my customer online. So other brokers can see that and they may go out and start calling that customer and stealing my business. So I try not to be on any load boards first. So once you have a good relationship with brokers have a book of business. They will call their buddies first. They will call their friends, their carriers first. Be like, hey, so you don't even see those loads in the load board. That's why don't let the broker babysit you. Do your job and give him information before even he asks for it. Give him a tracker, and guess what? You're going to be in that book of business, and he will call you even once he has the load. You're going to get an email from him, and you're going to start booking your trucks way faster. Okay, so that's what I have for this video, and we're going to talk. I'm going to make another video soon on how to talk and how to communicate with brokers and how to spot good loads just by communicating. So I'm gonna make that video soon. It's very important because you're talking to a salesman and you are also a salesman. You have a service to sell and he's got a load to sell, and there is a lot of communication skills they have to go through. So you can spot vulnerabilities on that load. You can spot how desperate that load needs to go, and that usually how you make more extra money on your business. So that's all for today, folks, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share.